It was not supposed to be Celine's hokey pokey. Put your left right hand in that for your right hand, don't you shake it all down. I'm not sure what it's all about. That wasn't the subject matter. The original subject matter was a lot more serious, and this cannot leave this room. If you film it, you keep it to yourself, okay? I'm not doing the whole number, because I'm going to tell you. The lyrics were,
woo! Here it comes.
Just in my womb. Maybe some reverb. In my womb, there is a miracle, a frozen miracle, a popsicle. In my womb, an embryo I froze 10 years ago. A little bit of cherry in my womb. Those are the lyrics that I was going to sing. Luckily, someone went, hey, this is a good idea. And that never saw the light of day, but you tonight. Oh my God. So this is where I will go back and have a sip of my water, but I'll also tell you this. Right after that, strangely enough, I had these viral videos, okay? And it led me so many cool places I never could have predicted. It led me on a lot of TV shows. I was on the Today Show again with Christina Bianco. I was on the Queen Latifah Show, Meredith Vieira Show, and I was on Ellen. Any questions? Tequila's not quite necessary for that, but for effect, I thought it was a good choice. I'll tell you.
Was Ellen as nice as Katie Couric?
Was Ellen as nice as Katie Couric? Katie Couric was mean to me, so Ellen was absolutely nice. But I will tell you this, I don't know. When I walked out on that stage to meet Ellen, you see me come out the wrong way. They changed a potted plant or something from rehearsal, but she wasn't at rehearsal. She didn't come say hi to me before. They were doing 2 shows in one day. I was annexed from where the celebrities were. I wanted to meet Jim Carrey. Couldn't do it. You couldn't go on the celebrity wing. So I saw her for the first time, what's on camera, and I shook her hand and left. That was any time I saw Ellen. That said, it's her call to put me on the show. She's the final call. She was fine. I wish that she had listened beforehand, because you can watch the video and she'll be like, listen to a track, you're not calling up the names fast enough, and the segment is going to stink. I was making a monologue on national television. I will tell you this, though, here's the gossip you're looking for. I did notice something. She is the only host to not meet with me or rehearse with me. Queen Latifah did. I was invited to her birthday party for champagne and cakes after the show. To Dana's party. Dana came in, we talked about her album, her jazz album, her beautiful. I was like, oh, I love poetry, man. Like, we just talked for ages about music. Meredith Vieira wanted me to be on the show again, wanted me to be like her, what's his name, Josh Robert Thompson on the Craig Ferguson show. Like, if she could have had me as her robot, she would have. So she loved me. They had me back when I wasn't promoting anything, just to do voices for them. Same thing for Kathy Lee and Hoda, who were definitely drunk at 10 a.m. They've been up since like 4, so it was like a good day for them. I saw all of them beforehand. I rehearsed with them. I had an accompanist, pianist, but Ellen's was track. Ellen didn't come to the rehearsal. Well, she's busy, and she didn't come. No, she's busy. But I will tell you this, and this is the gossip you're looking for. My dressing room had only vegan sweets. Now, I have an autoimmune condition, intolerances. I can't eat any of those things, okay? There was no gift bag, no underwear, no nothing. In the TV show, they gift bag. Meredith Vieira, gift bag, all that stuff. I got nothing for being the YouTube flavor of the month, nothing. And I finally went to where there was real food in this holding area, and there was a massive vegan table, full. And there was a table about this big with like a fajita station, completely picked over for all the crew. So the crew was supposed to eat the vegan food that Ellen wanted them to eat. This is what I know because I was there. That table was picked over and I saw a million people waiting for their like Uber Eats delivery, whatever it was back in the day, to bring their food. And I thought, that's weird, just like give people what they want. And I remember thinking that, so years later I was like, maybe that's the sort of mindset that got her in trouble. That's it. But for me, gave me a great experience. No gift bag though, no underwear. Never will forget that. I did all this touring after all of the TV appearances and doing concerts and corporate events. It was fantastic. But being on your own is hard. Being your own boss is hard. It gets very lonely and it's daunting. And I miss theater. I love theater, I love acting, I love being part of a company, having a shared experience. And luckily, right before I started to lose it, I was offered a job as the narrator in Joseph in 2018 in Chicago, just outside of Chicago, and it was a really cool new interpretation of the show, and I met the brilliant orchestrator, arranger, and music director, I'm going to tell you about that show later because we need to work you up to it. Okay, so it's going to come back. The topic's going to come back. But after that, the theatrical jobs thankfully kept rolling in. It was 2018. 2019, I don't know, I never really talk about this. I got to play a Fanny Bryce in Funny Girl. It was a big production in Paris. It was a hit, reading reviews. It was a hit, it was great. And the reason I say it like that, and say it was really hit reading reviews, is because this will come up a few times in the show. I don't like reading reviews, I don't like reading social media comments. They're really bad for you. If you believe the good, you believe the bad. I just don't really do it. But sometimes something is so big and good, you can't ignore the reviews. Our production in Paris was extended. There was a lot of talk of us transferring to the West End and doing all these cool things, and it's really no secret that that was going to happen. The show was going to have a future life. And it was, like I said, around 2019 to March of 2020. So COVID, though, was not the only reason that show didn't have a life. And here's some other gossip for you to show you how showbiz works and how Dora the Explorer prepared me for this sort of thing. So the big production that was on Broadway here recently, with a very updated script and score, is actually the same production that was done in London. It started at the Menier Chocolate Factory, where I did for Broadway before it transferred to the West End, and I've worked there a few times, and then it was in the West End and toured, and that's the production, that version of it came here. I was in rehearsals for the Wizard of Oz at the Palladium, did my own run of my own concert at the Menier Chocolate Factory, award-winning, thank you very much. And I was in my own show with my own stuff, and I put the song Greatest Star in that show. And I was rehearsing, and we get to that part in the set list, and the artistic director of that theater, who knows me, likes me, hired me, asked me to do it, that's where the original production of Funny Girl here on Broadway started, the Menier Chocolate Factory. And he said, "So for Greatest Star, what do you, how do you do it? How do you stage it? What did you do before I stopped you from doing it forever?" And I went, "Ha ha ha!" And my accompanist went, I went, "Ha ha ha! Well, I'll just show you. Let's do it, see if you like it." That's showbiz, kids. It's a business thing. They didn't want another production of Funny Girl getting in the way, so they made sure that we didn't. There's a hot goss! Not even again in the West End, so it could never be done again the way that it was. But it's not going to stop me from singing from it now. I had to do the most important job, then swear that the figures align. I'm a much better comic than mathematician, and I'm better on stage than at intermission. And as far as the man is concerned, if I've been burned,
sight